Testing, testing, testing. It's good. Backward. Testing, testing. Can you hear? Great. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. To Danny. Okay. Hot chocolate. This one is coffee, coffee. Can you hear?
Section 102 provides that the New York State Gaming Commission shall consist of 7 members, appointed by the governor, by and with the advice and consent of the Senate. 4 members having been confirmed by the New York State Senate affords the commission an ability to establish a quorum and to undertake action. This present meeting of the commission is now called to order. Ms. Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Brian O'Dwyer. John Karate.
Here.
Sylvia Hamer.
Present.
Martin Mack.
Here.
Peter Machete.
Here.
Marissa Shorenstein.
Here.
Jerry Skurnick.
Here.
Ms. Secretary, please have the record reflect that a quorum of qualified members is present, thus enabling the transaction of business. Mr. Chairman?
Minutes of the commission meetings conducted on November 18th, 2025 have been provided to the members in advance. At this time, I'd like to ask the members if there are any edits, corrections, or amendment. Hearing none, Madam Secretary, please accept the minutes. We have one rulemaking for consideration today. Mr. Williams.
For commission consideration is the adoption of amendments to the rule governing the duration of casino license. Racing parimutuel wagering and breeding law section 1321A1 delegates to the commission the setting of both the duration of the initial license and the term of renewal, so long as the initial license period is at least 10 years and no more than 30 years, quote, based upon the proposed total investment of the applicant's project. Recall at our meeting of August 25th that staff advanced a proposal considering domestic and international casino licensing standards and investments to identify reasonable targets for both, ultimately suggesting a 10-year license term appropriate for proposals with total investment of less than $1.5 billion, a 15-year license duration for proposals with total investments of up to $5 billion, a 20-year license duration for proposals between $5 billion and $10 billion, and a final tier of 30-year license duration for investments exceeding $10 billion. The commission approved proposal of the rulemaking. Accordingly, a notice of proposed rulemaking was published in the October 8th, 2025 State Register. The public comment period expired on December 8th. 2 comments were received. One from Queens Future LLC doing business as Hard Rock at Metropolitan Park, and the second from Genting Americas, Inc., a North American parent company of Genting New York LLC doing business as Resorts World New York City. Both bidders are in the casino licensing process. While many comments were thoughtful, none were accepted by staff. Both the comments and staff response have been included in the record in front of you. Staff recommends that the commission adopt this rulemaking.
Commissioners, any question on the adoption of license duration and renewal period for the newly licensed gaming facilities as proposed? Hearing none, may I have a motion to adopt this rule?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. I want to acknowledge that included in our materials is a memorandum of council outlining the role, responsibility, and limitations of the commission regarding our forthcoming commercial casino licensing consideration, and that memo has been reviewed by us and in regard to our powers as we have them today. Mr. Williams, will you call the first application?
Yes, sir. Bally's Corporation doing business as Bally's Bronx. Each commissioner has been provided with a copy of Bally's response to the Gaming Facility Location Board's request for applications to develop and operate a gaming facility in New York State. All application amendments, supplemental filings, and continuing duty to update materials. A summary of the New York State Police investigative report regarding the applicant, its affiliated companies, and principal management personnel, a memorandum identifying the statutory minimum licensing threshold requirements, a license form with conditions specific to the applicant and their proposal, and an involved agency's State Environmental Quality Review Act statement of findings for gaming facility license applicant, Bally's Bronx.
Understanding is that the state police background materials have disclosed no items singular or cumulative, that would inhibit positive consideration of a facility license. It is my further understanding that previous commercial casino license considerations had the commission consider the facility license, while the consideration of qualifiers and key management personnel is to be done by the staff. Before we go ahead, I'd like to indicate that the members of this commission have carefully reviewed the materials provided by us, by our staff and the Gaming Facilities Location Board. While no information was received that was disqualifying, the application, findings of the Gaming Facilities Location Board, and our own internal review have convinced us that it is prudent to condition a granting of a license on the establishment of an outside independent monitor that will ensure, in the opening term of the license, that the operations of the facilities will not deviate from those standards required by law, and that the considerable financial obligations required by the state of New York will be in compliance. Additionally, the commissioners have noted that during the pendency of the application, and especially during the Community Advisory Board phase, substantial undertakings were made by the applicants for community benefits in the future. It is therefore also prudent that the appointed monitor have the responsibility to monitor that those conditions and those undertakings to the community are fulfilled. We have forwarded to our general counsel our expectations for a monitoring agreement. We believe that by insisting on this agreement, we will assure that the applicants will strictly comply with the federal, state, and city laws and regulations, will conduct their business prudently, and will deliver on the substantial promises they have made to their respective communities and to the state of New York. With that, may I have a motion to find Bally's Corporation doing business as Bally's Bronx suitable for gaming facility licensing per standards outlined with Section 13, 17, and 18 of the New York State Racing and Parimutuel Wagering Law, incorporated by Section 321G and 321H. May I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, the motion is predicated on successful implementation of this agreement.
The final motion, the last motion will be that motion.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? May I find a motion to find the application as amended by submitted Bally's Corporation doing business as Bally's Bronx as meeting the minimum license requirements threshold as set forth in 1316 of the New York State Parimutuel Wagering Breeding Law, incorporated by Section 1321F. Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. May I have an additional motion to adopt the lead agency's finding statement certifying that the requirements of 6 New York City RR Part 617, have been met and consistent with social, economic, and other essential considerations. Among the reasonable alternatives available, the action is one that avoids or minimizes adverse environmental impacts to the maximum extent practical. May I have a motion to that effect?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Mr. Crowdy, now. May I have a motion to grant a gaming facility license to Bally's Corporation doing business as Bally's Bronx pursuant to Section 1321A of the New York State Racing, Parimutuel Wagering, and Breeding Law upon the condition that it execute a monitoring agreement with an independent third party acceptable to the Commission for a duration of not less than 5 years from the date of the license. May I have a motion by Commissioner
moved.
Crotty? Second?
Second.
Commissioner Machete. Discussion on the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Williams.
The second application for consideration is Queen's Future LLC, doing business as Hard Rock at Metropolitan Park. Each commissioner has been provided with a copy of Queen's Future's response to the Gaming Facility Location Board's request for applications to develop and operate a gaming facility in New York State. All application materials, supplemental filings, and continuing duty to update materials. A summary of the New York State Police investigative report regarding the applicant, its affiliated companies, and principal management personnel. A memorandum identifying the statutory minimum license threshold requirements, and an involved agency State Environmental Quality Review Act statement of findings for gaming facility license of Queens Future.
My understanding, again, is that state police backgrounds materials have disclosed no items, singular or cumulative, that would inhibit the positive consideration of a facility license. May I have a motion to find Queens Future LLC doing business as Hard Rock Metropolitan Park suitable for gaming facility licensing per standards contained with Section 1317 and 1380 of the New York State Racing, Parimutuel Wagering, and Breeding Law, incorporated by Sections 1321G and 1321H. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Hamer. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. May I have a motion to find the application as amended by submitted Queens Future LLC doing business as Hard Rock Metropolitan Park as meeting the minimum licensing thresholds set forth in Section 1316 of the New York State Racing, Parimutuel Wagering, and Breeding Law, incorporated by Section 1321F. A motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Hamer. Second.
Second.
Commissioner Crotty. Discussion on the motion. All in favor? Motion carries. May I have a motion to adopt the lead agency's findings pursuant, certifying that the requirements of 6th and New York City RR Part 16 have been met, and is consistent with the social, economic, and other essential considerations from among the reasonable alternatives available. The action is one that avoids or minimizes adverse environmental impacts to the maximum extent possible. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Short. Second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Machete. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Now, may I have a motion to grant a gaming facilities license to Queens Future LLC, doing business as Hard Rock Metropolitan Park, pursuant to Section 1321A of the New York State Racing, Parimutuel Wagering, and Breeding Law,
Shame on you! Hopeful must go! 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 Release the redacted pages! Stealing from poor people to make $1 billion in money? You should all be ashamed of yourselves. Ira, you have to not be able to look in the mirror. And this is not over. We will see you in court.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Williams.
the last application for consideration is Genting New York LLC, doing business as Resorts World New York City. Each commissioner has been provided with a copy of Resorts World's response to Gaming Facility Location Board's request for applications to develop and operate a gaming facility in New York State. All application amendments, supplemental filings, and continuing duty to update materials. A summary of the New York State Police investigative report regarding the applicant, its affiliated companies, and principal management personnel. A memorandum identifying the statutory minimum licensing threshold requirements, and an involved agency State Environmental Quality Review Act statement of findings for gaming facility license applicant Resorts World.
My understanding is that state police background materials have disclosed no item singular community that would inhibit positive consideration of a facility license. May I have a motion to find Genting New York LLC doing business as Resorts World, New York City, suitable for gaming facilities licensing per standards contained with section 13, 17, and 18 of the New York State Racing Parimutuel Wagering Genting New York LLC doing business as Resort World New York as meeting the minimum licensing threshold set forth in section 1316 of the New York State Racing Parimutuel Wagering and Breeding Law, incorporated by section 1321F. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Haymer. Second.
Second.
Commissioner Skernick. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. May I have the motion to adopt the lead agency's finding statement certifying that the requirements of 6 NYCRR Part 617 have been met and consistent with social, economic, and other essential conditions. From among the reasonable alternatives available, the action is one that avoids or minimizes adverse environmental impacts to the maximum extent practical. May I have a second, a motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Crotty, second.
Second.
Commissioner Haymer, all those in favor?
Aye.
Second. Now, may I have a motion to grant a gaming facility license to Queens Future LLC, doing business as Genting New York LLC, doing resort business as Resorts World, New York City, pursuant to section 1321 of the New York State Racing Parimutuel Wagering and Breeding Law, upon the condition that it execute a monitoring agreement with an independent third party acceptable to the commission for a duration of not less than 5 years from the date of the license. May I have that motion?
So moved.
Commissioner Crotty, second.
Second.
Commissioner Machete. All in favor?
Aye.
The motion carries. To all three who have been granted this conditional license, congratulations. On behalf of the state of New York, we look forward to seeing the jobs, economic development, infrastructure, and gaming commission revenue come to fruition. For myself, as a longtime lawyer for labor unions in this city, I am looking forward to the creation of hundreds, if not thousands, of good union jobs in Queens and in the Bronx. You all have a difficult charge ahead of, important charge ahead of you, along with great responsibility. And you can be assured that this commission takes our responsibility in keeping your feet to the fire very, very, with great respect. We will hear from you regularly. We will ask the monitor to report on a quarterly basis to us as to how you have complied with the many wonderful promises that you have made to our communities over the next 5 years. And you can be assured that each one of these commissioners takes their responsibility seriously to the communities and to the state to assure that you are operating in strict accordance with the license we have given you. Obviously, a significant portion of each project is the minority-owned, women-owned, service-developed, veteran-owned business utilization, and eventually general workforce utilization. This commission, as well as the governor, takes their diversity and minority hiring very, very seriously. And you can be assured, each one of you, that we will be monitoring that to assure that the residents of those communities, many of whom are minorities, benefit greatly from the work that you're doing. And as I said, we will be very much looking at that as one of the things that we're very, very cognizant of. Finally, the commission is likely to consider the employment of an engineering and environmental consultant to act in a management representative-like capacity for us, to assure, this is on top of the monitor, to ensure that each project is progressing appropriately, and to provide the commission with an independent review of the progress in your progress, in your construction. We will work with you to ensure the appropriate access has been granted to whomever we seek. With that, unless anyone has anything.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Yes?
I know I'm speaking on behalf of all the commissioners. I want to thank the members of the Casino Facilities Location Board and all the members of the community advisory committees and the commission staff for all they did during this process. Some point this summer, I
want to acknowledge, thank you, Terry, because I would be remiss in not acknowledging the hard work of our staff and the Gaming Facilities Location Board in getting us here today. In particular, our executive director, our deputy director of finance, Steve Lowenstein, our director of operations, Chris McManus, our public information director, Lee Park, our special analyst, Jeff Carey, the director of our gaming commission, Tom Fatarusso, our director of licensing, Christy Phillips, our secretary, Kristen Buckley, our counsel, Ed Burns, our deputy counsel, Jessica Dasney, our director of finance, Nicole Kedzor, and our executive assistant, Wendy Merton. All of them have done, all of us have known the extensive materials that they have put out for us in making this licensing. I'd like to thank you, Jerry, for reminding me that the Gaming Facility Location Board, which did Herculean work in terms of the work, Chair Vicki Breen, Terrell Brown, Cindy Ruby Estrada, Marianne Phillips III, considerable benefit to our community and to the state because of what we've done today. If there's anything more I want to say on behalf of the commissioners, thank you all for the work that you have done, and I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Commissioner Crider, all in favor?
All right.
We are adjourned. Thank you all.